welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. And to my Korean friends, annyeonghaseyo, yarabun. Yes. Okay, what are we doing? Well, as you can see by this plethora of little bitty parts, I'm still working on the XXXG-01H Gundam Heavyarms. Now, in my last video, I finished him all. He was done. But we're painting him. I'm not going to leave him all these really bright yellow and red, or orange and red, whatever you want to prefer to call that. We're not going to be leaving it all those colors. I'm going with a more proper military type look, which is going to be a combination of white and grays. So I am choosing these two different grays by Tamiya. First one is XF53 neutral gray, and the other one is the XF80 royal light gray. Okay, those are the two colors that it's going to be. Very different, and I think that's going to be good. So, but where are all the red parts? Well, the red parts are gone. What I did is I dismantled this thing today, took them all apart, got all my little alligator clips, put all the red parts on them, and I sprayed them with a nice coat of Mr. Surfacer 1500 black. Okay, and that is now what they all look like. I got a whole bunch of little black parts. This is only half of them. I got more over here on this one. More here. Yes, we are ready to put down some gray. So I have my compressor fired up. I've got my paint. This has been shaken up a little bit. Pretty good. I've got a little cup I'm going to use. I got my paper towel here. I got my pipettes ready, and I need some thinner, because although you can spray the Tamiya paint directly out of the jars, it is a little bit thick, just a little bit, and so I want to thin it out just a little bit on there, and just a little bit. I don't need to go crazy like 50-50 mix or anything like that, but you know, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to thin it out. So that's probably all I'm going to need. That's probably a lot more paint than I actually am going to need for all these parts, but it is what it is. I realize I cleaned my little thing off. Thank you, airplane, for taking off. As you can see, that's really thin. I don't need it that thin to spray, but well, a little goes a long way, right, when you're adding thinner to it. Okay, so let's put some in here. Just don't want it to drip. Okay, so there we go. I will switch the cam for you so you guys can see all this fun stuff that I'm about to paint. Yeah, that looks like it should be good. All right. that's about it. So, that's it for the dark gray. And, as I predicted, I still got lots left. I didn't even use everything that I had put into the cup. So if that gives you any indication of just how much it takes, even though I've got so many pieces, when you thin the paint out, it really goes a long way. I think that's good enough. I like the fact that it's really dark. It's a dark gray. It's going to be a good contrast to the light gray when that actually comes out on the other pieces. I'm still on the fence whether I'm actually going to paint the white. I might not. I might mix up just a little off-white just to go on some of the around the corners to give that bit of a shade, or I might just do weathering and just streak it all and make it look really super dirty. I don't know. I haven't decided quite yet which way I want to go with it as far as that goes. So that's going to be it for this one, and next video, or I guess not even next video, it'll be part 2 of this. We'll be painting up the light gray parts. So we'll see you all when that takes place. Oh, hey everyone. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another stream. Welcome back to another video. This video is actually part 2 of the final painting process on this guy up here, the XXXG-01H Gundam Heavyarms. So part 1 was doing the dark gray, which I have kind of all laid out here already. Here's an example of what we had got done. Here's the shield. Just doing a little bit of pre-shading. I've put this piece back in. I've kind of started to reassemble them. Like I got his foot reassembled here. Went ahead, did a little bit of panel lining on the legs. Yeah, so we're getting there. I got, I put his little, I don't know, this part of his arm back on. So yeah, we're slowly getting there, but I've got his side hip skirt, this part here that hangs down. This is assembled. Of course, this has the little guided missiles in the side there. Yeah, I've got those back together. I've got all of the pieces that are going to be light gray, this color here. I've got them all primered with the Mr. Surfacer 1500 black, and yeah, I'm just getting ready to start painting. Painting the light gray on them, and then we can kind of start putting it all back together. So I just put a little coat, an extra coat on these guys here. I noticed when I spray painted in there, some of the cracks, they're still showing the yellow. These of course were the yellow pieces that you see in the on that there. Yeah, so I've got my air compressor fired up, and we're just about ready to start. So just like last time, I'm going to put a little bit of thinner in here just to thin it a little bit. I don't need a lot. There's even less pieces that are going to be the light gray than there was the dark. So I don't need a lot of paint, which also means I don't need a lot of thinner. And that means I'm actually almost out of this color completely. That was almost the last of it. I didn't realize I was almost out. But that's fine, because that's more than enough. That little bit there is more than enough to do these pieces. All right. I will switch the cam for you so you can see what I'm doing, as I normally do for you guys. So I know you guys like to watch paint this stuff up. So let's get started, shall we? Let's change my cam here. So there we go. Hello. All right, let's get started. Oh, I do want to change my glasses. No, I don't need to. the last of it. Okay, Hey, I see you heavy arms. Yes, Rat Pack, you do. So, that is it for the light gray color. So, what I'm going to do is, I do actually want to keep this and make it last as long as I can. So I'm going to pour it back into the bottle, into the jar here. That is done. Just so I do still have some, even though it's thinned. It won't be good for brush painting anymore, but that doesn't really matter too much. So just for touch-ups, if I need it, I'll have some. And that's what really matters. So I need to clean this up now. So I can take a few minutes here and clean up my airbrush. Okay, so let's start putting this thing back together a little bit here. I got these guys here. These I couldn't actually put together because I needed a light gray piece to put to be able to do that. It's got a hook in here. So let's take a look, see how these are drying. Fortunately, the Tamiya paints, they dry really quick, so they're dry to the touch, so that's good. So you can kind of see how this is going to contrast a little bit here. It's a lighter color, but it's not crazy different. And that might be good, it might be bad, I'm not sure. We'll see how it looks when I get it together here. So this has to go in here somehow. Not on the floor. See, part of this whole process is remembering how it goes together. Of course, I do still have the instructions, so if I do get lost in the mix, it won't be too bad. Somehow that goes in here, and I thought it hooked in. Maybe it doesn't, it just sits like that. And then this piece goes on. I'm gonna have to look at the instructions because I swear this thing actually hooked in there. Let's take a look here. Where do we get to these? No, they don't. Huh, okay. It does. It just sits like this. Just sits in there. And then this piece goes on. Just like that. Okay. And then it can open up like that. It's a little bit tighter because of the paint. It's not, you know, but the color variation is just a little bit. I'll show you on my other camera here. See if it will actually focus on my hand. There you go. So the color variation is very subtle, which is kind of what I wanted. You can tell it is actually a different color, but it's not a huge in-your-face change, right? And that's what I was going for. So let's start with all of these little guys here. That's a totally different piece actually. Okay, so we have this one. Doesn't matter if I got the little yellow part, that's okay. Because you're not going to see it in behind here. There we go. Still works. Yep. There we go. Okay. Now my intention was to try and keep them the same so that left and right would look similar, but having a little bit of variation is okay, at least in my opinion, because it's not a big deal. When I get some weathering on here and start making this thing look old and used, then there's those guys there. That variation is not going to be so dramatic, and it won't be too bad. Okay, so next we have our shoulder pieces. I did try getting these all sort of the same. But I realized I didn't have my overhead light on, so I was getting the shadow. It was in my own shadow. Now these ones I gotta try and remember how they all go. This is the flip up one. And so this I believe is gonna go in there. No. Or maybe it does. Maybe it's the other side. Yes, but there's a piece that goes up in there, and I gotta find that for the hinge. Where are my hinges? It's this hinge here. So let's just take this off. It goes in behind it like that. I believe. No, that's backwards. It goes like this. It's going to come down. No, that is right, because that goes like this down, and those face forward. It doesn't want to sit. So what am I doing wrong here? Get out of there. Some suits look better with some weathering. Yes, I agree, totally. Okay, so back to the drawing board. We take this piece and we take this shoulder guy, and he goes in on the front. Like this. And then this piece goes over top of it. But it seems to be wrong. Why is it so wrong? Because there's a notch it's supposed to go into, and I've got the wrong one on there. So let's do the other one. Suddenly it's fitting. How about that? Which means I need the other one here. And suddenly it fits perfectly. Alright. So now this can go back on here. Just like that. There we go. Okay. So there's that. I can put the cover back on this one. Goes just like that. Cool. Now we got to put this other side on. It's going to be one of these. Probably this one. let's see here, where are we when we're getting that together? I don't think there's too much to it. We got this, and we got these. And that's it. And then this just pushes in on the back just like that, and that's done. Okay. And then that rotates out, this flips up. Here we go. One shoulder done. Let's grab the other one. We got this, and I'm going to take this off. Okay, so remember this goes through this side. This sandwich is on there. And then goes in here. Oh, we got our cover to put on. I think the big challenge I'm going to have is for the chest part. That's going to be a little bit tricky for me to reassemble because I don't remember all the little pieces and where they all go. I should change my camera. I'm going to give you guys a better, oops, wrong one, better look here at what I'm doing. You guys have already seen me do all this in my previous videos, but why not again now that it's all painted and it's not going to be crazy bright yellow everywhere. Okay, so we've got our arms done, we've got that, our skirt part done. I could put the skirts together. Let's put the legs on first though. Which was front? This is the front. Pair of legs on. Oh, our little cap here goes on here. Just like that. There we go. We got our legs together. Okay. So our skirt pieces. Here's the back ones. Like that. Like that. Front ones go in. Nice tight fit. Just like that. That. And then our sides. On the sides, of course, you do have lefts and rights based on which direction you put the rockets on. Just making sure I do have them correct before putting them on. There we go. So there's our skirts. Big difference from the yellow and red on them. Okay, we've got our main body piece here. I'm going to have to refer to the body to make sure I put these all right back in the right spots. Because I kind of have a somewhat assembled body here, but I've got lots of pieces to put together again. Okay, so we have our kind of bulk piece already assembled here. That's the neck. We've got that done. So we need to put the back on, and it's going to go like this. And we put the cockpit in. Kind of got it flipped around here. Like that. This guy goes on. Oh, did it in the wrong order. This guy goes on first. Of course, getting it lined up is another situation altogether. Okay. Now this guy goes on. There. Now we got to put this on top of this. Suits better with some, yeah. Okay. We take that, and now we take this bottom half, and that. Oh, sorry, guys, I'm showing you the top of my head here. Bottom half. Goes in here. Can this open? There we go. And then this goes in up top. It's always nice when everything just suddenly clicks and goes in where it's supposed to. Alright, so now we've got our little guns on top here. There we go. We can put our boob doors on. Like this. And we have the top here we got to deal with, which we have not dealt with. I'm going to put this cap on first, and then his neck, and the neck goes forward like that, and we have his little bottom skirt here. There we go. And the head goes on like that. Now what I did is these little inserts, these were blue, so what I did is I just hit them with the Mr. Surfacer black, and I just left them black. And I'm going to do the same with these two little things here, which I still have on my little piece of masking tape. I just left them black. These were yellow, of course, but I didn't like that. So there we go, they're black now. And we can put this together like so, and we can give him his arms. This is his right arm. And this is his left. We can put his backpack back on. And that's pretty much it. Can give him his gun again. Well, let's get his thumb situated proper here. Such a big gun, it kind of is in the way a little bit. Which is going to be better? Have that up? Yeah. Yes. Oh! His hand fits into a little notch in there, and then you notch it back into his hand, and it's a pain in the ass. See, I have his other hand already latched on here just because. There. All right. His gun is on. Let's give him his ammo belt. All right, and then his other arm should be able to line up with without pulling off. Because it does get in there. You. There. There we go. He's got his gun. Put him in some kind of an aggressive pose. There you go. There he is. Big difference, eh? Huge difference compared to the big red and yellow scheme that this thing comes as. Yeah. So what's next? Well, basically I'm going to do some weathering on this guy, make the white look dirty, and yeah, do a little bit of weathering on the gun. I'm going to deal with these missile packs that go on his legs. These guys here. What I want to do is do a lot of soot staining on these. Like they've been fired before, and then put these in here. So this is going to be a lot of blackening around here, like it would, you know, typical gunpowder kind of stuff, that kind of stuff that you'd see on it. When rockets fire out, you get blackness on their launching things, just like on a, you know, like an Apache helicopter or something. You got those rocket pods with all the multiple rockets that fire out of them. You get a whole lot of black soot ash kind of thing surrounding them. And that's what I want to do with these. And I want to do maybe not so much on these, maybe a little bit blackening. So I'm just going to take some black pigment and kind of stipple it in around. And the same on here. Same on these. I'll just kind of put this on here with these open and kind of stipple some black around in there to show some, you know, like they've actually been fired at one time and not just brand new out of the factory kind of thing. And yeah, that kind of thing. Looking at this guy now, I'm kind of wondering if I should have repainted his little V on his head or just left it, you know, because that's a signature Gundam thing, is the V on his top of his helmet. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So I'm gonna end the video here. Now that this is done and I got the color variation finished, and that was the main thing I wanted to do and show you guys. So I'll do some weathering on this later, and as per usual, I will upload some pictures of it all onto my Instagram so you can see what the actual finished product looks like when it's all done. So that might be later today, it might be tomorrow. I'm not sure how much time I'm going to have today to work on it. But I did want to get this done this morning while I could, and all that good stuff. Yeah. Next on the list, I actually had somebody ask me on my my last video, ask me what's next. What's my next project? I think it was, what's his name? Death Scythe. He said this Death Scythe. Yeah, he commented that this was his favorite Gundam. And I was thinking, well, with a name like Death Scythe, wouldn't the Death Scythe be your favorite Gundam? Anyway, maybe Heavy Arms was taken. Yeah, see, I think my next project is going to be a Tiger 1 tank by Tamiya. I've got sitting there, and it's been sitting there for months. And I think that's going to be my next thing. I'm just going to do a tank. I'm going to do the Tiger 1 tank. But as for my next Gundam, I have a Slash Zaku Phantom sitting there, also been sitting there for months, that I thought was really cool looking Zaku, and yeah, that's going to be my next Gundam that I do. But anyway, I digress. My next thing is to get this guy weathered up and looking nice and used and stuff like that, kind of like an old F4 Phantom. Yeah. So I want to thank you for watching, and thanks Rat Pack for the comments. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here, and that'll be it. And so thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe on the YouTube. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Check out my Instagram. I'll put links to everything down in the comment box below. Not the comment box, the description box. That's it. And yeah, so that's about it for now. And we'll see you all in the next one.